Would you believe it? We got cut off by my iPhone storage. So I'm back with part 2 of readings of the 29th of June 2024, which is actually the third video I'm making today, because the first one was really talking about the cuteness and the weirdness and the wildness that happened after I left the Brooklyn Standard last night with problems with trying to make sure that I wasn't over the limit before driving home, which was annoying. Very annoying. But anyway, we got cut off at the point where I said the devilishly hated and tormented Desiree, and then I had a fucking coughing fit. So here we are, part 2, continuing on in, what year was that? Still 2019, where I was struggling to heal from the gallbladder surgery, and I was going through some kind of intense spiritual metamorphosis simultaneously as the physical rebounding from the almost dying at that event and feeling very weak and ill and fragile indeed. So here we go, we continue on. Eva's grandchild. Forced to fulfill a mission Eva cheated herself out of, meaning living a full and vibrant and happy, healthy life, and seeing it out to its natural conclusion, by the way. No get out of life cards, no cheating death or the gods of their wanting you to have natural attrition, by the way. Well, we will see. If I don't get healthier and my health spirals down even more dangerously, then I will make those choices then. But hopefully it doesn't ever come to that, and I get to have my full and happy, delightful, gorgeous, loving, vibrant life. I love this feather so much. You see me constantly stroking it. It was gifted to me from another friend who's a psychic, and it's from an eagle, but it was an eagle that had died a natural death, speaking of natural deaths, and her brother had found it somewhere up North Queensland, out bush. So he gifted her some feathers, and she gifted this to me in honour of my shamanic ways and my shamanism and my wild witchy ways, am I right? But I love it, and every time I stroke it, I think of that powerful bird and its life force and energy, and I think of my beautiful friend and the love we once shared, and I think of life, l'chaim, and I think how blessed and happy and grateful I am to be here in this moment. Amen v'salah. Here I write, still in 2019, tell Richie to stock up on wild turkey. I feel the need for a piss up, because he told me he was stockpiling wild turkey for my funeral, and literally pointed the bone at me, the little dwarvish motherfucker. Well, he fell off the back of my Mustang Quay horse, didn't he? He wanted my assets badly, by the way, but he was a much older man, and he was a Vietnam vet with quite serious PTSD, akin to mine, and but he loved me, that man, he really did. But that was nasty when he did that, and he did that because I wouldn't go home with him and have sex with him. So he had some little vendetta in his little Yankee brain, because he came from America, and presciently pointed that bone at me. So here I write, the fucking short little bone pointer. Well, I'm short too, like no judgment, We were like two hobbitses. We used to dance in front of the live wire bar and look up at the architecture, which he says, and I know from seeing him photographs, looks very much like New Orleans in America. And so he and I would be dancing beside each other, going quite mad, me on my Jack Daniels and my fourth or fifth wins from dancing all night. And then he and I would look up at the architecture and we'd look at each other and we'd scream out, New Orleans, baby. Oh, we did have fun. But that was mean when he pointed the bone at me and said he was collecting libations for my grave. You know what I said to him? I said, you do that, I'll suck all the bourbon up and I'll create a nice little rain shower cloud right over your head and I'll precipitate it right back at you, baby. And he was like, you'd so do that, wouldn't you, Tanya? I went, if the gods allow it, I'll be doing it, baby. Anyway, he was so turned on, wasn't he? Festy old man in a way he was. All missing teeth and he was all weird and sometimes he smelled of urine, so I'm pretty sure he peed himself a few times or wore some kind of pad. He was an oddball. But we did have fun. We did have fun for a while. It took me a year to befriend him and let him in dancing at that casino. It took me a whole year because I knew I had him at hello, honeys, that he was a bit of an oddball and I was wary as fuck. But he turned out to be a nice enough friend after all. So I'm writing this post-surgery. I'm a bit off my head, so I write, tell Dave I still love him even though he is an inadequate, cowardly, Machiavellian pissant. Yes, he is. Oh, babies, that holds true to this day. See you next Christmas, baby boy. He stalks me around December time. It's weird, it's spiritual. I'm sure it's not conscious, but it's weird. I should like to see his face before me one more time. Watch him shiver and shake with anticipation at my awesome presence. Squirm, motherfucker. I was the one. Ha ha ha. Well, I was off my head on endones, recovering from the surgery. I was most definitely not his one. All he ever did was torment me. It carried on, the tormenting, until 2020, by the way. And then finally I put a stop to it because enough is enough. Even for the psychedelic dreamer who is Earth Mother Goddess and can love beyond the realms of ordinary mortal comprehension, by the way. Even I thought, this is bullshit. Enough is enough. Babies. Tell Sarah and Lana I will see them in hell, literally. That still holds true too. Tell the mushroom. The mushroom's a former friend of mine. I took her with me to Ecstatic Dance and she told the guy that ran it, who didn't particularly like me, by the way, that she was in my shadow and she was like a mushroom in the cold and the damp. And Adrian just looked at me like this and I just looked at him like this. I thought, loot the fucking loot, by the way. So here I write, tell the mushroom to grow her own persona. Don't fucking live off my personality, by the way. Get your own. But Jesus. Anyway, I still laugh about that to this day. Look, we had good times, her and I, when she wasn't competing for me like a mad dog at Ecstatic Dance, which was weird because there was no one to compete over. I wasn't interested in any of the men. And she had a partner at home. Like, what the actual fuck? But true to her own self-description, she truly was a mushroom. Tell the rest I love you Not that my love was ever worth anything. Well, that's not true, is it? My love was so valued and cherished and appreciated that they would follow me around at various fucking venues and compete with me like mad dogs. Why would you do that? Just be in your own spirit and your own joy and your own delight, your own mana. Wear your own fucking clothes. Don't copy what I'm wearing, by the way. Oh, that was weird too. That was so weird. She even started wearing the same colours eyeshadow as me and the glitter eyeshadow under the, I wasn't bothered by the glitter so much because it was the fashion at the time. I still wear it, but when she started wearing the exact shades of eyeshadow of pinks and purples I wear, I was looking at her thinking, this is getting very single white female now. It's getting fucking weird. You're going to have to go. And I stayed friends with her for quite a while longer after that. And then she betrayed me. So that was it. Bye-bye. Ding! Slough the fuck off. Anyway, everyone played their roles so perfectly. Angels in the architecture, spinning in infinity. Welcome to the world of the psychedelic dreamer. I don't do psychedelics, by the way. I never have, probably never will, although it's claimed that they fix CPTSD. So I did ask my psychiatrist if he'd put me in a trial for it or through a clinical setting to cure my CPTSD, but he wouldn't let me because he was afraid that it would cause more psychic damage to me, defragmenting and having to confront decades and decades and decades of traumas all in one go, that it might make my brain snap. And he's a professional and he protects what's left of my brain as best as he can, although I remain unmedicated for the past 8 years. And he didn't want me to follow the psychedelic healing modality route, so I have not done that. I call myself the psychedelic dreamer because of my intense, vivid, psychedelic, technicolor dreams, people, which at times have been a bit prescient, by the way. I continue reading here. Be very afraid when she wakes up, the dreamer. Sing me songs of grandeur and majesty. Deceive me not with your trickster masks and falsity. Even from my bed, I see you shaking that ass. Laughter in the spheres. I know, right? Formidable. My friend Morris wrote, "Who is Sarah?" I replied, "Never mind. I'm reviewing the situation." Not at all, just super aware. I always process trauma and write like this, but you are a fairly new Facebook friend, so not yet accustomed to my ways. Laughing my ass off. Who was I talking to there? Their comments got taken down for some reason. Someone questioning on whether I had gone mad or had some kind of breakdown. Honey, if I'm having a breakdown, I let you know. I come with a warning label sometimes. If I walk in the door and go, by the way, I'm in the throes of a breakdown, everyone just goes, okay, this is going to be a really awesome night. My breakdowns are always very, very cathartic and healing for me personally, at any rate. Although the last one was so frightening for about 3 hours, I actually did call my psychiatrist and go, okay, we're not doing so well right now. But I've sailed through it. I've come out of it. I'm probably still, to be honest, on the tail end of it, but I'm feeling very much loved and grateful right now. 2019, my friend Jan Attridge posted this meme, and I loved it so much I preserved it on my vocal media. Help each other grow. It's lovely, isn't it? We should all help each other grow to the best version of ourselves, but not to copy and be single white female and fucking weird. Grow in your own identity and persona and spirit and energy, and put in your own work. Life is a journey. You have to educate yourself if you weren't educated properly. You have to make your own choices with insight and wisdom. Well, wow, that's not always so simple, babies, but you've got to do your own healing, be responsible for your own healing, by the way. Sometimes it's an enormous task that's overwhelming, and I fall into pits of despair too. But one thing I'm very, very proud of is my own healing, and with the help of people who love me and protect and guide me, and having developed my own personality and persona, growing more and more back into my true nature and my true self from when I was a little child. That pristine little girl I call Miss Five, before shit got ugly and evil and treacherous and life-threatening, by the way. Here I write, everyone has head for the hills except for Lynn, who came to me on the third day post-operation, as she knows that is the crisis point, day 3. Except it was today. I thought I might die again today, but somehow I managed to get through it with more endone and more sleep. But I see I have been cast off like a dirty rag. No energy left for anger or grief anymore. When this ordeal is over, I will be leaving. Came very close to it. Not meaning suicidal, but just up stumps and go somewhere, because I felt that abandoned and betrayed. This has been a wake-up call par excellence, the universal schmuck kick up the arse I did not need when I was already in agony. All good, all very good. Superficial friends and toxic family who damaged me in crisis can get out of my life. I think I will delete Facebook soon. It has served me well to keep a record of the past 10 years of my life. When did I start it? In 2009. So I'm writing this in 2019. So it's 15 years now. But it was also an intimacy with the cosmos that bred only scorn and contempt. My entire life has been for naught. The love I poured into certain people, an exercise in cascading vapidity. My stories shall disappear with me. They served me well to keep me sane in extraordinary, atrociously cruel circumstances. I shall carry them with me wherever I go. Let them serve as reminders of the good, the bad, and the ugly. My name will be another whisper on the wind, and my heart will sing its own songs, preserved for the few who have proven themselves true. Carry on, nothing to see here. What the fuck is the point? Curious and curiouser. Pain worse, even with one endone. I can't find the clean bandages the hospital stuffed in my bag as I walked out. That wonderful brave nurse, by the way. So patched myself with band-aids. Funny. Legs weak, rib cage and back radiating pain, but that was possibly because I overdid it by walking this morning. Oh, it's a little power-headed Rosella bird was out on the line, and it stopped and it looked at me and it flew off. Oh, that was pretty. Oh. More like a slow zombie shuffle. I had to chuckle at myself back to my default state. Lady Death is on standby. The angels are flying by and I am just getting by. But maybe after I eat the chicken Kievs I am heating in the kitchen, I will have the strength for another night. Maybe. 29th of June 2017. Bugger all sleep again. Watch out, world. Finally settled to sleep after 4 a.m. and woke at 7:17 a.m. Not cool. My former psychiatrist warned me there would come a day when I can only sleep for 3 or 4 hours. I laughed and laughed hysterically, and he blinked and smiled at me assuredly. Enjoy your 20 hours somnolence while it lasts, sweetie. I used to sleep 16 to 20 hours a day when I was very ill on psych meds. It lasted for quite a while, but now I've got the menopause blues and sleep deprivation and the loneliness blahs. Living longer than expected has some interesting and weird kickbacks. I had a lovely day yesterday. Productive time in the garden installing the new garden arch, then made recycled candles from my collection of old candles. Then Jenny invited me for Hungarian goulash and apple pie that she made herself, both delicious. Thanks, Jenny. Then we went to dancing in the dark. Then I came home and made a few more candles. Really creative day. Now quite exhausted, but gonna have a cup of tea and watch a spooky movie. Here's the candles I made. Sometimes I make candles out of leftover tea light wax. They look quite jolly and pretty, don't they? I'm hungry. I've got to put on makeup and put on some socks and shoes. I think I'm just going to wear jeans today. I don't give a fuck. I was all out last night, all glamorous and sexy and femme fatale, but tonight I think I'll just go as I am. I quite like this blouse I've got on. It looks quite nice. I don't usually wear jeans dancing because I hate to look down on the farm, but it's Waterford West. How much more down on the fucking farm can you get, babies? I'll blend in quite well, won't I? The only thing I'm worried about is my lawn mowing man, who used to be a fucking sleazebag, lives down that way, and I just hope he doesn't. I don't run. I've never seen him since I sacked him about 6 years ago, so it'd be awkward if I ran into him down there, but can't live in fear of running into crazy fucking motherfuckers that used to literally were just employed to mow your grass. There was nothing romantic happening with him, but oh, did he keep trying. He was a fucking pest. Got rid of him in the end. So yes, it would be awkward if I run into him, but on the other hand, he might not be there and I might enjoy my evening out, as I always do. So, yeah, living my best life. I've decided that I need to amp up the exercise and dance more and just keep going. I've got to shed 30 kilos. I've got to take control over my life. I've got to live my best life. So I'll do it in the meantime how I normally have done, by dancing, keep myself fit that way and just enjoy life, babies. Watching Preacher Season 2, Episode 2. Oh my God, darkly hilarious. 29th of June 2016. From The Hobbit. Do you wish me a good morning, or mean that it is a good morning whether I want it or not, or that you feel good this morning, or that it is a morning to be good on? Hobbit logic. I love it. I love it a lot. I have upset myself so much that I had to go lie down after an epic coughing fit that even Bobo got concerned about. As I was gasping and hacking on my knees, he reached up to hug me. So now we are lying on the couch, comforting each other, my little doggy and I. Still need Valium, or to fill my script of 10 pills, but doing well. Drug-free, dickhead-free. By drug-free I meant psychiatric meds-free, but I was still needing a bit of support from Valium occasionally in the ensuing weeks that I weaned off all my psych meds. Drug-free, dickhead-free, feeling my feels, almost breathing free, home free. And as my psychiatrist said to me at my last debrief on Wednesday that I had with him, he said, you know, you've been psychiatric meds free for 8 years, Tanya, and the only thing holding you back now is we need to resolve your sleep apnea and your bladder issues. And it's such a shame that you reclaimed your mind only to then have your body let you down. And so now he said, now I'm determined we're going to fix your body. Oh, he loves me so much, that man. He's such a good doctor. He's my earth angel. He really is. Happy thought. I tied him up so he can't attack the chickens. There's no sponsoring of hennicide. Chez moi. There's my little boy there that I mentioned, Bobo or Beauregard, or the Beau. It's a happy memory, him seeing how ill I was in that moment and reaching his little paws up to hug me. So distressed that he died, and what can you do? More happy thoughts. My goldfish pond. I just wrote a scathing letter to my Labour local Member of Parliament about her staff's inefficiency and the systemic abuse of the Commonwealth Bank. She won't care. Got an election seat to win to feather her nest. Fuck, I miss Kevin Rudd. He actually cared about his constituents. I was in his constituency. But I am flapping and floundering like a dying fish. But you know, I will be heard, even if my scream into the vacuous, spacious asshole of the Australian government. So deep no one can hear you scream, so we scream into the void, is moot, mute. I told her to enjoy her closeted fascism. As a survivor of survivors of another Holocaust, I have some experience in these issues. 2016, this was happening, people. 2016. So you can imagine how I felt when the new regime started in 2020. The buck stood with her and her government pension, stolen from the workers and the disabled and the chronic poor. They will increase the cost of living until we starve to death. Lol, fuckers, here we are. The cost of living has blown out beyond all mortal ken, and they're now pretending to care, the politicians. The supermarkets are all under investigation. They're pretending to care. It's all just show, by the way. Nothing will get done. They're that evil, I'm convinced of it. Here I write, I need to start my own political party. The Freedom from Oppression Party. What can we call it? Who is in? Kellyanne, you and me, baby. You have the west coast of Strela shit and I have the east coast. Forget the Labour Party. They only serve the 1%ers too. We need to effect a groundswell change, and we needed it years ago. A peaceful revolution. Here I posted a meme, a quote by Rumi, but it was actually posted by the Lights of Kabbalah on Facebook group originally. But it's a quote from Rumi, so here we go. Whatever happens to you, don't fall into despair. Even if all the doors are closed, a secret path will be there for you that no one knows. You can't see it yet, but so many paradises are at the end of this path. Be grateful. It is easy to thank after obtaining what you want. Thank before having what you want. And I replied, thanks for the secret pathway, a gilded creature called hope and trust. June 29th, 2015. Jared made me an Etsy account. Well, that was a bloody waste of time, wasn't it? Fell out with Etsy. They accused me of having made sales and not giving them any money when I hadn't actually made sales, and I took items down because I'd gifted them instead. And so they accused me virtually of being a thief and tried to blacklist me. So fuck you, Etsy, you lying, slanderous bastards. I don't know why anyone does business with them. His bio of me is hilarious, inappropriately hilarious. Jared's got little ways of getting revenge on me after 32 years of friendship, by the way. 29th of June 2015, I posted a meme trying to be less of an asshole than I was yesterday. Baby steps. Fuck you. Thank you, Sally, for the Glicks. This is a separate post, has nothing to do with the meme, by the way. Thank you, Sally, for the Glicks bagels, challah, and the Lindt chocolates. The Lindt chocolates are nothing short of divine. Every mouthful was a blissful delight. I am so happy and grateful. Presently heating up a bagel, real bagels. Oh my God. Another culinary delight I have missed out on for many years. You certainly spoil me. Sorry, I'm just picking up vibes here and having a little bit of a chuckle. 29th of June 2014. I'll just make note of the time, 4:15 p.m, picking up those kind of vibes. Yeah, baby. You see why I don't necessarily have to have a partner? I can soak in the love from the multiverses like a sponge, telepathically at times. Used to be crazy making because I wouldn't always be able to identify who the person was, and I'd sometimes get the wrong end of the stick. It was awkward, but I won't be doing that anymore. I'm going to be very, very sensible indeed. 3:47 a.m, home alone again, naturally. I had fun dancing with Jabba, then with George. George was my busker friend that used to, well, probably still does, busks outside the Treasury Casino at the Elizabeth Street entrance. I was very fond of George. We never had anything romantic going, but he was a good friend to me for quite some years. My feet hurt so much, even the cold concrete outside the casino didn't soothe them, so I came home. I bought KFC on the way home. Yay! I had my car. Freedom. The chicken was disgusting, like foul. Oh well, the chips were delicious and much needed. Now watching some schlocky horror movie. I think it is a horror movie. Still in love, unrequited. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, you sweet girl. Oh, my darling Tanya. Well, let's hope the love's requited in the future, from the present to the future, babies. I've skirted that drain before too many times. Don't like getting played, by the way. Ah, such sweet sorrow. The euphoria was epic. Glad that I put that on hold. I was losing my grip on reality, lol, it really was. But he was sadistic, that bastard, in 2014. Now back in the gutter with a thud, living amidst the other fallen angels. Hashem denies me love and prosperity 10 years ago, people. 10 fucking years ago. Nothing new under the sun. I am accursed, but I shep nachas where I can. That's Yiddish for take joy where I can. Dancing my life into the dust. Who am I to look for stardust when I am condemned to fall so magnificently? Fuck off, Charles Bukowski. He's laughing at me. Pity the fool on the hill. Sore feet, scarred heart, but ever the psychedelic dreamer. And my friend Lynn wrote, you know how I have a song for every occasion? Mamas and the papas. Unrequited love's a bore, and I've got it pretty bad. But for someone you adore, it's a pleasure to be sad. Oh, thanks, Lynn, for the grounding. Thanks so much, Lynn. But I do love her. She's right. It's true. Lol, Lynn. Thanks, I think. I got George to play Walk on the Wild Side for me. Wild and free and unlovable and misunderstood. But I'm here for a reason, so fuck it. 5:22 a.m. Needs sleep now. It's been a tough 24 hours for this little chick. She or he pipped its shell at 8 p.m. last night. Crystal took it home with her to nurse so I could go out. Then this morning she had to release it from its membrane that had dried like a shrink wrap around him or her. Now I'm at her place. We gave it some watery honey for energy, my idea. I didn't like its body temp, so covered it in tin foil for a while. It is now warm and starting to move a bit. Phew. I think the little bugger is going to make it. It didn't, alas. Its mother, Frida, knew best when she abandoned it from the very beginning. This is my good karma to make up for the many thousands of slaughtered chickens I have eaten in my lifetime. Bringing a chicken back from the brink of death makes one ashamed to be a carnivore. Indeed it does. Charlie's very quiet. Very, very quiet. Might go and check on her actually. Be back one moment. You okay, Charlie? She hasn't been all that well in the last few days, and I'm very worried about her. She was feisty this morning, up until about midday, but she was just sitting there like not looking real fucking great, quite frankly, and I'm worried about her. I'm really worried about her. She didn't want to come out of her cage to come and be with me for the video making, so I'll just leave her. Sometimes it's best to leave animals and birds to just go within and do their own healing as best as they can. If she dies, I'm going to be fucking distraught because she's the last of my pets, and God forbid she dies. But anyway, if she does die, there'll be no more pets. I'm done. I'm done suffering like this all the time. I'm just the thought of it, I'm just triggered already. But she's feisty. She was playing with her toy and showing me that she's okay. So I pray to all the gods that she's feels better in the next few days. 29th of June 2011. Oi, after all that enforced walking yesterday to get to buses, etc., my butt cheeks ache, my hips ache, my shins ache, I have black circles under my eyes, and I am truly exhausted. Trying to work out why my shins ache. Maybe my Doc Martens were too heavy for me, lol. 29th of June 2010. Loving life, hating winter, but looking forward to spring. My jonquils have one bud already, first time I've grown them successfully. My tulip bulbs are growing well. Hopefully they will flower properly, as tulips are hard to grow in Brisbane. You have to put them in a fridge for several weeks to chill them and trick them into thinking that they've gone through a proper winter. I have an entire flock of pink and grey galahs coming for the wild seed I started putting out a couple of months ago. Words out, and I am delighted to see them. So thus concludes today's readings of Even Date, and wherever you are in the space-time continuum, have a beautiful day, people of Earth, and I send you much love from Titania's realm at Sacred Space, and it's about to rain. It's getting cold and dark and damp, so I'm going to go and throw in a bit of makeup for tonight's dancing efforts, and maybe try and have a bit of a nap before I go. So I'm kind of tired too, but I'm always tired, so what else is new? And I might make something to eat, so I don't know what I'll do first. Maybe I'll make something to eat and then get ready for the next extravaganza. Yes, eating is good. So God and Goddess bless, and bye for now from Titania's realm.